Hi, today we're going to be talking about the Slideshow module. This is located under the website tab right here, labeled Slideshow. When we click into this, we can see this module. So this has currently two categories. It has the homepage category and East Branch category. Each of these items is going to be an individual slide in your slideshow, and we'll talk about this more here in a second. But first, let's go ahead and go to the live site and take a look at what we're actually editing here. So as you can see on this home page, this currently has a background video in place. But at any time, we can switch out the background video for a slideshow. And this is going to be controlled under the Y-Site Settings module. So when we click on this, and we edit this item, we can change the slideshow or video setting from video to slideshow. And that's going to update this to use the slideshow instead. So let's go ahead and save these changes, and we'll load up the slideshow. Alright, so now you can see that the slideshow is in place. Now let's go back to the slideshow module and see how we can actually edit this. So from here, we can edit each individual slide just by clicking the edit button. So let's edit this first one. And this is what you're going to be using to actually edit this item here. So first thing in here is the internal name. This is just that. It's an internal name that's just used for internal labeling purposes. So just label this something that's relevant, so that way you know which item you're editing. The category is going to be the location in which this item is going to be. So this is currently set to the home page, but we can set this to the East Branch category. And so what this is going to do is if we go to the best microsite, so only the best microsite is going to utilize the slideshow module. So if we go to the best microsite, we can see that this page loads up, and this has, we can see that this says East YMCA. It has a slideshow, and it has some call-outs and some news and things like that. And so this slideshow is going to be what's controlled inside of the slideshow module when we're using the East Branch category. And so depending on how many branches you have and what the different names are of the branches, this might be labeled differently for you, but it will be labeled accordingly. So if you have a branch called Central Branch, it will be named Central Branch. And so that's basically just going to control the location in which you are putting this slide item. So default is home page, but if you're using the best microsite, you'll have additional in there. If you're using the better or good microsite, then you're only going to have the home page category. Okay, so then under that we have this image, and so this is going to be the actual image that loads into the slideshow. So let's go ahead and click on this tooltip. As you can see, this has some information in it that pertains to the actual image itself. So this is saying that we recommend that you have a 2600 pixel wide image that can be any height, and we recommend a JPEG. We also recommend that each of the heights of each image are consistent. So that means if you have a image that is 2600 by 1000 pixels, all of your other images should be 2600 by 1000 pixels. So that's just to reduce any jumping that you would experience. So if this slide is bigger than the next, this content below it will move around. So trying to avoid that. Okay, so then when we click on select, we can actually choose this image here. So we can this opens up the file manager. We can double click on the stock photos or any of the other folders you may have in here, and we can swap these images out. So we click on this image and click insert, and that's going to swap the image out. As you can see, the preview doesn't change right away. If you hit apply, that will change, and now you can see that this is now this image here. Now if we refresh this page, it will now be that first image with the coach. There you go. And so then as we scroll down here, this is going to be where you can edit some of the text and links on the actual slide. So the first thing is the slide title. So the slide title is going to be what we see here. Be part of the team, or ensure a brighter future. And so that big text right there, that's the title, and that's going to be where you can edit that. The blurb is going to be what shows up right underneath this in smaller text. That's going to be where you can edit this right here. Button URL. So URL is going to be just the link that you're sending the person to when they click on the image. So you can choose to have a URL on any image you want or not, so it's optional. All you would do is use your insert link wizard to navigate to the page you want. Okay. Button text. So what that's talking about is this little bit of text here on the button. So if you do have a link on the image, then you can specify button text. So if let's just, for example, let's take this link off and we'll refresh the page. So now you can see that button disappears because there's no longer a link. So now if we go back and put that link back in, that button will appear. The default for the button text is learn more, which you can see. So if you don't have any button text in here, it's just going to show up learn more. So you can override that if you'd like. All you have to do is type something in. So let's just say this is about being part of the team. So we could say be part of the team. So now when we refresh this, now we have a button that says be part of the team. Alright, last thing is the button color. So this is going to be your primary, secondary, light, medium, dark. And so this is the color format that we follow through the rest of the site. Primary is the primary color of the Y. So in this case, the primary color is orange. As you can see, from the big part of the Y, this is the primary. Secondary is green because it's a smaller part of the Y logo. Alright, so you can choose that color scheme right there, the light, medium, dark versions of each of those. And then lastly, you have this slideshow publish and expiration date. So what that's doing is it's allowing you to auto publish and auto expire these individual slides at a certain date and time. So we can click on this date picker and we can say we want this to publish on the 26th, and then we could say hidden. And so that means this isn't active yet, but on the 26th of June it will be active. And then we can even set a time, like maybe we want it to be active at 10 a.m. We can do that. And same thing, so then what this is going to do is on the 26th at 10 a.m., this is going to switch to visible on site, and then it's going to be active. And it will be visible on site. So in the same way, works in reverse, the expiration date. If you set an expiration date here, so let's say the next day, we could say hidden, and that will change this to hidden, basically, is that what that does. Okay, so I'll remove these. Okay. Alright. So now if we save this. So last thing in here is you can reorder these slides simply by hovering over these individual items, and there will be this little black tab that pops out. You can click and drag this black tab wherever you want it, and that is now going to position that last slide in between the two. So now that last slide is in the middle. So there you go. Very good. All right, well that covers the slideshow module. Let me know if there's anything that we can help you with, and thanks for watching. Bye.